What is up, everyone? It is your boy Shazman21, and welcome to another Shazman episode. And today, this is a really well, actually, tonight, since I'm recording tonight. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's day, tonight, evening, good morning, good evening, whatever. but yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting episode because I was debating on whether or not to try to put this on my Weeb Talk episode, but instead I just wanted to have its own exclusivity where I could just like go into further details, and I won't have to like worry about trying to jump into the next specific topic afterwards. So instead, this is just like one part where I'm just like heavily focused on and just. I had a brief talking about this on my Snapchat where I just like explained an unpopular opinion, Goku is not a bad father or whatnot because for as long as I've been alive, let's say like almost 22 years because I'm 21 years old, turning 22 this year. Um, you know, being around the Dragon Ball community can be quite an interesting task because you know for casuals and even sometimes hardcore fans, they always have this like commonality when it comes to like Goku fathership situation where they will always like say that Goku is a horrible father. He does not care for his kids. He doesn't care for Gohan. He doesn't care for Goten. Yada yada yada. And also doesn't really care too much about Chi Chi and just is a self-centered dick, which he's clearly not. I mean, yeah. Akira Toriyama, the writer of the series, would make him like somewhat of an ass, but like he's not all the way. He still technically counts as a hero, even if the author himself may or may not want to say that. Yeah, he's a hero. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. All I'm gonna say is just that I am gonna dispute that by saying that Goku is not a bad father, and this also even accumulates with the whole like Piccolo is a better father than Goku will ever be, and it's like uh it's just a lot to like talk about because like I want to actually dispute that by talking about an interesting fact about Piccolo himself, not King Piccolo, the Piccolo. You already know I'm talking about Piccolo. Come on now, if someone would like somehow like you know what, let me not get into it. Let me not get into that part. But still, let's get into the bullet points here because I've decided to put some bullet points to just make sure that I have a cohesive work. Because sometimes whenever I nerd out, sometimes I might like spiral out of control. Sometimes to talk about some things, and also have Asperger. Well, yeah, Asperger and autism at the same time. Just sometimes I stutter on my words, and I get lost in the thoughts of the details. So I decided to just keep it calm. Well, calm. I decided to keep it concise. So here we go. Let's start off with the earlier days of Goku and Gohan's relationship. So it dates all the way back to the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, when ever then Dragon Ball left off with Goku defeating Piccolo Jr., who will eventually become just Piccolo, um, and Goku and Chi Chi get married and set off elsewhere. So it was like a couple of years after the fact, or probably several. I can't remember. It's probably like a good 5 years, I would say, 5 7 years after the fact of what happened in uh, Dragon Ball, the last episode of the original Dragon Ball. I don't know if I want to get into too much of that, but just with Goku and Gohan, as a kid, Gohan was 4 years old and all this other stuff. I wanted to say that Goku and Gohan were mostly just having a good time together. Like there's also been some moments where he has fallen off, and then like Goku has to save him sometimes, but all this other stuff that happens, which is pretty cool. And something that was actually left off from the original show, and this was captured very well in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the video game, where Gohan and Goku, they finally had their like actual father son bonding moment where they just like capture fish, talk about life, talk about like a lot of anything, and also talk about Piccolo too to an extent. And it was just like a good time that they just had. Like, you know, again, they obviously care for each other. You know, Goku loves his son, and so does Gohan. He loves, his dad. He loves hanging out with him. You know, as much as like Goku can be a doofus sometimes and dim-witted and whatever, he can still be loving and caring to other people. He always has been. He's been loving, caring to his friends, to his family, to animals, to anything else. Like, as much as we can criticize the fact that he can sometimes be just like so gullible with like being like friends with so many others, even with like villains that are irredeemable. He'll always be seeing the good side for whatever reason. But still, that's neither a character flaw here. There's just that's just how Goku is. However, you know, because what most people would just like say is just like they didn't have that much bonding experiences. Goku was just out here just like more selfish and trying to like fight so many bad guys so many times, especially when like the Saiyans came around. He didn't care too much about his like family and whatnot. It was just like, what are you talking about? He had to like defend his kid, or yeah. Like he had to go and save his kid because Raditz, Goku's older brother, was being a fucking asshole. He tortured Gohan. He beat the shit out of Goku, and Goku had to like go save his son because that's his boy. You know it'll just be like I don't know. I can't really imagine. Let's just say like I don't know, for example, and this is just, Fantasyland. This is not based on anything in reality. Say, my older brother decides to all of a sudden be like an asshole and decide to, you know, um, torture my kid. I would take that to heart because, you know, as much as we may have a blood relationship or whatnot or related somehow, some way, if you do something like that, it does not matter. I will have to defend my kid from bullshit like that. And that's just like in Fantasyland. But even still, just like, yeah, Goku wasn't like selfish about it, be like, oh, this will be a good time for me to challenge so I could beat this unknown foe who just so happens to be somehow related to me. Stuff like that. Like, I don't think that was running in Goku's mind at all. It was what was really running in his mind is like, I need to go save my kid from this fucking asshole that is trying to possibly kill or kidnap him. Like he doesn't know whether or not Raditz is gonna use him or actually no, he kind of does. So like he decided to get Piccolo and try to fight Raditz, and they ended up winning at the cost of Goku's life because he had to sacrifice his life for the greater good to save his boy. You know, so it's just so weird of the fact, and I think I've already like mentioned like the bonding experiences, and that yes, he does care for his friends and family as much as people would just say that Goku is selfish and the only thing he cares about is fighting. Like you're missing the point here. Goku only fights, you know, to sometimes save the people that he loves and care about. Yes, he wants to do it for the challenge so he can challenge himself to fight better and better opponents to get better, obviously. But he also does it to, help out others. So I don't get the whole idea that, Goku is just so selfish and he only cares for himself. Like, no. He not only just cares for himself, he cares about other people. Even like Gohan, his grandpa, the old man that like practically raised Goku to, from like the martial arts aspect, where he teaches Goku how to be humble, be a good person, treat others with respect, stuff like that, and protect the ones you love. And protect the ones you love. Thank you, mom. Shout out to my mom. But yeah, it's just something like that, and yeah, I think that's kind of like the point there. But now I just want to get to another point here, and this is like always been constantly mentioned with the whole fact about like Piccolo is a better dad than Go yeah, Goku. Where it's just like, Piccolo was always there for Gohan, which yes, he was. But it's just like, again, here's an interesting fact about Piccolo. The green guy. Um Piccolo's age is a lot more closer to Gohan than it is to Goku. Because let's keep this in mind here. When Goku and King Piccolo had their epic final battle or whatnot, and Goku ended up defeating King Piccolo with the Dragon Fist all the way through his chest. And before King Piccolo met his demise, he decided to. Okay, trying to remember. Do you remember when seeds? Mom, do you remember when flowers they don't mate with each other, but they just spread their own seeds
Yeah.
and stuff like that, in a more what is that name?
I can't remember.
Because it's a science.
I know what you're talking about.
Because it's a science term where it's just how flowers
Pollinated, are you talking about?
not pollinated, just how they reproduce by themselves without the boning.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of the words. Though.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it either. But that's something that King Piccolo did, was that he spewed out his egg. It spewed out an egg out of his mouth to the ground, and it was revealed that it's a baby, version of the original, guy, the original evil. And when Piccolo Jr., aka Piccolo himself, arrived to face Goku as a teenager, Goku is a teenager. Here's a fun fact. Piccolo was only around 2-3 years old at the time. Again, he is not that much. He is not in the same age as Goku, mind you. So
he's younger?
yes, way younger. Say about 10 years old. 10 years older, because Goku is 10 years old. At the time when.
So Piccolo is 10 years younger than Goku?
Yes. I think so, yeah, because in the original series, Goku was a kid, right? And when he fought against King Piccolo, he would have been around 10 to 12 years old, all that other stuff. So that would have made him between those ages that Piccolo would have been born. And
okay.
So I would say he's about 10 to 12 years older than Piccolo. So when Piccolo arrived and Goku was a teenager, and even though Piccolo Jr. has a body of a teenager similar to Goku, the age difference is there. Basically, Goku is fighting a child.
Did you say a toddler?
Yes, pretty much a toddler. Okay, and when Gohan was born, Piccolo would have been maybe at best a teenager or a big kid already. Again, Piccolo is not that much older than Gohan. In fact, here's the thing. Technically speaking, Piccolo is actually a big brother to Gohan, not a father. Okay? Because it would be kind of strange to have a teenager kid be a father necessarily.
No, because that happens all the time.
Oh, does it? Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, look at the position you're in. You're a father figure to your younger brother, right?
Well, yeah, to an extent.
Yeah, you're mostly his big brother.
Yeah.
But since neither one of your fathers are in your life,
Right.
you have not too much, but technically, you have a responsibility towards him to fill in that father figure place.
Yes, definitely. Right. Oh, now that you mention it, that's exactly what happened in the story too. With after Goku died, Piccolo decided to take on a bit of that father role for a little while to help out with Gohan.
A
So
lot
I
of
guess
big brothers have had to do that. So
right.
not
Okay,
unusual.
that would make sense. Okay, I'll give you guys a little slack. The DBZ hardcore fans. I'll give you a little slack that yeah, Pickle can be a candidate for a good father as well, because he
But
does
he's
care.
more of a big brother to me.
But again, he's more of a big brother. Okay, because again,
Yeah.
keep in mind Piccolo's age. He is a lot more younger than Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, all of them. Like a lot more younger. In fact, he would be even more. Again, like I said, like I mentioned, Piccolo is closer to Gohan than he is to Goku. In a way, like okay, as age and maturity wise, because they both can like relate to, you know, being kids somehow, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You explained it well.
Oh, really? Thanks. I hope so, because, like, again, like I said, like, whenever I nerd out on this, it's just like sometimes I just, like, you know, go all out, and sometimes I won't be able to make sense of all things, so I apologize again. I'm really trying my best to, keep things articulate, but it's just like the nerd in me just wants to just, like, spew out these, like, interesting ideas, so, I try to slow it down.
Information, that's good.
Yeah, totally.
Good information. Not fucked up information that doesn't help anybody.
True. That is true.
Those are the ones that I can't stand. You and your useless fucked up information. Get shit right.
Damn. Okay. Shout out to my mom for helping me out on this one as well. I love you so much. Oh man. You always gotta have an awesome mom like that. Like if you again, for everyone that has an awesome mom like that, keep her, okay? Keep her in your life, because those kind of like moms give you the best out of life. You know what I mean? Especially, advice, especially with women. And like they're mostly just chill. Just if you got an amazing mother, you better respect her ass. Little sons of bitches. Anyways. But yeah, like I said, just Piccolo's more closer to Gohan's age, and he is technically more of a big brother. And yes, I would even say to an extent, he did fill out the father role a little bit when like Goku was dead for a while. But that's really about it. Now let's go ahead and go a little bit further to like the Buu saga. After the whole situation with the Cell saga, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, defeats Cell. Well, before that happened, Goku ends up sacrificing himself for the greater good because, Cell was about to like explode and try to threaten to, destroy the planet. Ends up like sending Cell to, completely different place. Gets like exploded and dies. And dies for 7 years. So it definitely put like a lot out of him. So during the tournament, when all the Z fighters are about to have their, tournaments, especially I think Goku and Vegeta was about to fight too, as well. I think before the whole this happened, where his mind got controlled by Babidi. I hope I said his name, Babidi, the weird fucker, the one that just like controlled Majin Buu and Vegeta for a good minute. I was gonna say Majin Vegeta, but technically, yeah, Majin Vegeta. Fuck it, Majin Vegeta for a minute. But yeah, there's like the scene that I want to like talk about the most, where just like I always like get a little teary eyed when this happens. Is like the reaction of Goten seeing his father for the first time. Dude, that gives me like big chills, because like what was happening here was that again 7 years has passed, and I think during the time like during the Cell saga, I would have to there's some been speculations that Goku and Chi had like a good time together for a while, and just during that somehow I think Chi got pregnant, and probably like heard the news like when Goku died, she felt some type of way because her husband's dead again, and probably for good or supposedly for good for a good minute. So she had to raise Gohan and Goten by herself. Unfortunately,
Goten was the shit.
yeah, Goten was awesome, and I feel like he's highly underrated too. Like that poor kid. Like, yeah, poor kid. Y'all need to actually utilize him. Oh, and also let me mention this. Y'all really need to age Goten and Trunks. Y'all been keeping these kids as kids for a very long time. I really hope in the next movie, in Dragon Ball Super, the movie, you know, with Gohan and all that, they need to age up Goten and Trunks. If they are teenagers, they shouldn't look like freaking kids. They should look like, you know, teenagers. You know, a little bit older, a little bit taller, with possible acne. Acne. Because, you know, they're half human too. Like, come on. Oh, it was so weird. Especially in, like, Dragon Ball Super Broly, where, you know, their age is supposedly 16 years old, and they look like exactly the same as they were when they were 5 years old. Oh my god. But then again, you know, Goku was Goku was like kind of a teenager, preteen, and he was a kid too. And you know, Gohan for a minute, you know, was 11 and looked like, you know, a man or whatnot. Yes, it's weird, but I don't know. Let me calm down a little bit on that. I'll probably talk about the age thing another time, but still, just the reaction that like Goten, you know, had when he saw Goku for the first time. You know, for a while, like he wouldn't like recognize, you know, Goku because you know he was obviously, you know, didn't quite know Goku yet. And when he like when Goku like mentioned like, hey, that looks like a little me in there, and like Goten like mentioned like, I'm just Goten, and you know, Goku being a gullible idiot sometimes, gullible it. Oh my god, lovable gullible idiot. You know, decides to, you know, say his name and be like, and I'm Goku. You know, his catchphrase, and then just like I like when a scene where it's just like, you know, Goku. I'm sorry, Goten and Goku, you know, stare at each other for a little while, and until I think like something clicked into Goten, like just this weird familiarity that he like kept on having with this guy, you know, that he doesn't quite know yet. That's his dad, and then when it starts like clicking in his head that, wait, this is my dad. So he goes up to Goku and says, "Dad!" And oh god, that hits differently. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. You know, it also like sells because like, you know, Goku, you know, actually being a good dude, you know, just like, you know, hugs his kid in a way that, you know, a good father does. You know, hugs their kids and loves them in, you know, a good way, making them feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. Because again, if people like mention saying like, oh yeah, Goku is a bad father and he doesn't care and all this other stuff, you would think like Gohan and Goten would not even give a fuck. They'd be like, oh yeah, it's just this dude finally back in our lives. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just focus on you know, the tournament. I don't really care too much about you. All this other stuff. Although it was kind of made fun of because of Dragon Ball Z Bridge. I'll give you guys that for Dragon Ball Z Bridge. But just as far as like canonicity goes, nah, not even close. Even like Gohan, who was a lot older this time around, you know, was great to see his dad again. He was ecstatic. And everyone was ecstatic to see Goku. Why not? He's a good man. But still, like, ugh. You would think like, yeah, Gohan and Goten would just not give a shit. They'll be like, let's just focus on the tournament. It's good to see you. Let's just hope that you're not a nuisance. Stuff like that. No, they actually took the time to be with Goku because, you know, that's their dad. You know what I mean? And, you know, Goku, again, good father. Loves Gohan and loves Goten and actually does love Chi Chi. As much as people give, you know, a little shit, even I would give a little shit about the writing about like him not kissing Chi Chi, but somehow able to create kids. That I'll like give a little bit of shit to the creators. Like, come on now. Goku should at least maybe like kissed her a few times. All right, like come on now. Stupid, stupid writing, lazy writing. but still, um, yeah, the direction that Goten had with Goku was just excellent. Because again, if he did not care, he'll be like, whatever. But since he really does care, it's just like it hits differently. Now, I want to go ahead and mention the bad fathers, the ones that are like way worse than Goku. And trust me, they are worse than Goku. All right, I'm not saying this lightly. They really are. Okay, we'll even start off with the most notorious one of them all that really ditched his kid for a storyline. The story shit. Hunting around and all this stuff. Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, whatever you want to call it. In the series, Gon, pretty much has like the character arc to try to find his dad, basically, so that he can finally reunite. And at some point, Gohan does eventually meet up with his dad, and let's just say the guy, Gin, he's kind of a dick. He really is. Like, and I guess it's sometimes a good way, but just like the fact that you kind of left your kid for greater whatever is still like concerning. You could have maybe at least like pay a visit every once in a while or every now and then instead of just like leaving this kid for I don't know how. Actually, no. Go for how it's going like 11 years. Left this kid for 11 years for some bullshit. Let that make sense. It's pretty stupid, and I would consider Dean like a really bad father for that shit. Oh, dude, what? Okay, sorry for the long pause there. I'm sure I'm just gonna do like a transition or just whatever, but do not get me started on this motherfucker from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or just Full Metal Alchemist itself. This motherfucker named Shu, the guy with the glasses, the mad scientist that does like interesting experiences. And this is a pretty good one. You remember Nina, the little sweet girl that's like absolutely amazing, absolutely adorable, just all around great little amazing sweetheart. Guess what her father decided to do in his spare time in showing his love and affection for his daughter? I'll give you guys a guess for anyone that has not watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and give a really good guess as to what Shu was doing with his, lovely daughter. I'll give you guys like 5 seconds to talk about this, or just know what he was really doing. Okay, watch. I'm just chill. Come on, computer. Like, I guess it's gonna be more than 5 minutes since like my stupid ass computer just cut off for good reason. Just the screen thing. Hold on. I think I'm gonna skip the part right there, but so okay. I'm gonna give you guys one more time 10 minutes to guess, take a good guess as to what this motherfucker was doing. Okay, if you guys have already made your guess before, giving your answers away and stuff, and not, looking up the damn Google for the answer, just giving a good answer for yourself, let me tell you what this motherfucker did. Okay, so he gave his little girl a surprise. So, instead of like, being a good father, giving her a present or, something, sweet, guess the only present she's getting? A transmission to a goddamn dog. Yes. Okay, I forgot to mention this. They both had they had like a family dog or whatnot. So what this insane motherfucker did is he basically, used his daughter and his dog, combined them together, and to create a Frankenstein of a monster of a fucking dog. And it's so, oh god, I'm sorry guys, I cannot just hold on to this hatred for so long for this motherfucker, because just the way he did it is just like so unreal, and just I feel for what was the kid's name? Aaron, Aaron. Fuck, hold on, guys. It's been too long since I remember Full Metal Alchemist. I'm trying to like remember the names real quick. Edward, yes, I feel for Edward when like Shu like experimented on his own daughter. Oh my god!
Brotherhood Alchemist.
Yes, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I'm explaining the part where just like that whole scene with the guy doing some really horrible things to his own daughter, and the fact that he's a horrible ass father for that. Oh my god, I hated it so much.
She was so cute.
Yeah, the thing was she was such a sweetheart, and then he. Ooh!
What did he call them? Chimeras?
Chimeras. Oh, I really just want to strangle this guy so badly. You're lucky you don't exist, man. Like you're not a thing. You're not a real thing. You're an anime character. But ooh, I just want to hold on. I just want to like choke him so badly like this. Give him a little slap to the damn face and be like, "You piece of shit! What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, oh, I'm sorry, but like, he really just irks me to the freaking core. Like, there's only been like a few characters that irk me to the core. Sosuke Aizen, Donzo, fucking whatever her name was from the Rise of the Shield Hero, Mine bitch, whatever. That bitch, fuck you, and this motherfucker. For all those guys, I'm gonna give you guys a annual, circle round of fuck yous, because I do not like those guys. I swear to fucking God. I do not like them. They're the worst. They just suck. Especially Shu. I would say Gain over Shu. And that is explaining a lot. Because, I don't really fuck with Gain all the time. But shit, I'd rather take that nigga than this motherfucker named Shu. Shit, that motherfucker better rot in hell for all I give a shit about. And then I'll end up with like Omni-Man. Now, it's debatable as to whether or not, he can be a good father, decent father, bad father. Honestly, I kind of put him in the worst category because, like, let's just keep it real. He was a dick, and how he treated his son was not the best. Just like beating, him to a pulp and nearly killing him too. Yeah, that's one way to have a great time. Yeah, let me go ahead and beat up my son near to death so that he can learn a lesson. Like, yeah, that's one good way to be a good father. Yeah, just do that shit. Yeah, congratulations, because that's exactly what Endeavor did too. And, yeah, anyways, those kind of guys, I'm just like, you guys get honorary fuck you, all right? And especially you, Shu. Fuck you, I hate you, you sick son of a bitch. You did something really horrible to your own daughter. I hope you fucking burn in hell, you bastard. Ooh, don't, ooh. Let me calm down. Okay. Woo! Man, I almost went on a full... Actually, yeah, I already went on a full rant. If you guys want me to go on a full rant on Shu, I can, because, like, I got every day to shit on this motherfucker. Okay? Like, literally every day. Like, if you, like, ever mention that guy, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that fucker that did some horrible shit to his daughter. Yeah, I got a lot of things to say about that fucker. But anyways, I want to end it off with, Goku is a decent father. He's not the best, but not the worst. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to put it all into the end. Like, I've already mentioned, the whole, Goku and Gohan's relationship. They had a really great time together. And then, like, the ration that, Goten had with his father is, like, so wholesome and just so great. And now, like, oh, yeah, it's just this weirdo that does some cool stuff. Cool. None of that. Goku is a decent father, okay? Like, he does care for his kids. He does care for Gohan. He does care for Goten. Again, he's been in their lives for a good minute. Even now in Dragon Ball Super, although not really my favorite.
For 2 seconds. Okay, sorry. I came in here and forgot what I was doing.
Oh. I'm gonna probably cut that out.
Sorry.
It's all good. I was like getting a little scared about what was happening. Jesus. Can't do that to me, Mom. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut this part out. Probably. But yeah, Goku is a decent father. He really is a good father as well, and he does care for his kids, and he does care for other people. And yeah, even though in his characteristic, it's like he is a little different. He's a little country bumpkin that only cares about himself. Whatever, like a character says. Sometimes I might have to disagree with the fact on that. Even though it is implied that he is, I'm just gonna simply disagree on that because like it just how is that a compelling character though? I don't know. All I'm gonna say is that Goku is a decent father, and whether you want to agree or disagree with me on this, fine, whatever. If you guys disagree with me, that's cool. Give me a reason as to why in a constructive way and not in a demeaning way, and yeah, just whatever. Again, whether or not you agree or disagree with me, I just want to let you guys know that, in my opinion, Goku is not a bad father, and I'm gonna stand by that no matter what. Okay, even if some of you guys may give me, like some like different perspective on the thing, I will still say that yeah, you may be right on these types of parts, but I will still stick with the fact like Goku is still not a bad father. He is not a worse father by any means necessary. He's not the greatest because the greatest father I will have to say that gets honorary mention is Minato and the guy from the Food Wars. I forgot the guy's name, the one with the long hair. That's the main character's dad. He's a really awesome dude, and he really does care for his son, and he's the one with the thing like about it is like the guy can cook, you know, cook some good food, hit him up with that sauce. Like there's a reason why his son is like one of the greatest when it comes to that. It's because his daddy is amazing, and also he knows how to cook food. Okay, like how a woman or a girl would like a man that can cook. Hey, you already got it, and also he knows how to take care of kids. Come on now, I'll give that to him. But still, I would still say Goku is a decent father. He's not the best or not the worst. Okay, he's just simply a good decent father, a decent father that cares for his kids, cares for his family, cares for everyone else, and fights for what is right. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video slash rant on a fucker named Shu and all this other stuff. And if you guys have your opinions on a lot of things, especially in this kind of thing, then just let me know. And if you guys also like it too, or you just want me to discuss something like that, yeah, just leave it down in the comments. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give a like, comment, subscribe for more good shit. And I'll see you guys in another episode of the Shizeman Nation. Peace, love, positivity to all, and stay amazing, stay positive, stay cool, stay litty, straight out of Albuquerque High, baby. Shout out to Albuquerque High, and yeah, stay classy and stay being you. Peace. Boom.